This is the story about what a DynaFilter can do for people working in metal production. This is Arnold. Arnold is responsible for making various metal parts. He uses a number of production processes, many of which result in oil, lubricants and other impurities adhering to the parts. Most of the workpieces therefore pass through a washing plant before continuing to other processes. It is a constant battle for Arnold to keep the parts uniformly clean, and he does not feel he has the process under control. If things run smoothly, he does not touch anything, but in reality he has to constantly adjust the machines to get uniformly clean parts. When people complain about poor washing quality, he generally ends up emptying the parts washer, cleaning it and refilling it with hot water and various chemicals in order to start afresh. While his staff spend time cleaning the parts washer, Arnold wonders what it actually costs to pour out so much water so often, containing lots of expensive soap, and refill it with fresh water, which also has to be heated. These days the washer needs the full treatment several times a month. Due to the complaints Arnold has received, he has been forced to add more chemicals or soap and raise the washing temperature. This went well in the beginning, but now the oil being washed off has started behaving strangely. Normally the oil floats on the surface and can be removed using an oil skimmer, but now he is seeing the oil emulsify instead, so the washing water becomes a milky liquid. This means he has to empty and clean the parts washer even more often. Arnold has also heard that some of his industry colleagues have started using chlorine-free oils, something to do with environmental impact. He's also heard that this makes it even harder to clean the workpieces, as the new lubricants are much more difficult to wash off. This is Arnold's co-worker, Bernard. Bernard has to use the parts from Arnold's department in the subsequent processes in the factory. He is complaining more and more often about non-uniform washing quality. This is causing problems with sensors and processes in his highly automated production. If he has to return parts to Arnold that have not been cleaned properly, he may have to halt production due to a lack of parts. This is Arnold's boss, factory manager Christian. Christian is worried about many things, including the rising environmental costs his factory has to pay. Water consumption in production is increasing, and the costs of disposing of wastewater from the parts washers has virtually exploded in recent years. In addition to the rising water consumption, he can see that he is using more and more chemicals and energy in the parts washer area. Christian is being continually reminded by the Environment and Finance Department that something is wrong. Christian wonders what he can do about this, and he also feels that Arnold is spending too much time getting the parts washer to work reliably, apparently to no avail, as Bernhard is constantly complaining about non-uniform washing quality, which disrupts his welding and assembly lines. This is DynaFilter. DynaFilter is a groundbreaking new inline filtering unit from Grundfos. Grundfos has experienced the very same problems that Arnold, Bernhard and Christian are facing, and has developed a solution that has resolved the problems in Grundfos's own factories. DynaFilter is designed so it can be easily retrofitted to a traditional washer system. Needing only 1.6 square meters of factory floor space, the unit can deliver 30 to 40% reduction in water consumption, 40 to 50% reduction in chemical use, 10% energy savings, time savings because the parts washer needs to be emptied up to 90% less often. We have an easy-to-use calculator in which you can enter the operating data for your parts washer. You can then immediately see how large an economic and environmental benefit you can expect. Many find that the unit pays for itself in just 2 years. DynaFilter is a dynamic filtering unit with rotating silicon carbide discs, designed for a long and harsh life, working with liquids up to 65 degrees Celsius and pH 13. The rotating discs ensure that the filter system can operate for weeks and months without the need for cleaning. Cleaning takes only an hour and requires no disassembly. The system can also be supplied with remote monitoring and a complete service agreement. With DynaFilter, Arnold, Bernard and Christian are all happy. DynaFilter offers you uniform washing quality, time savings, 40 to 50% reduction in chemical use, 30 to 40% reduction in water consumption, 10% reduction in energy consumption.